my dears, this is Sarah from SheHoldsDearly.com, and I am back to show you the worst room in my house. I want to talk about decorating hang-ups and the spaces in our place that just paralyze us and just prevent us from moving forward, and why and what we can do about that. So, the worst room in my house is the laundry room. I've never shown it on the blog. I don't think you want to see it. But today we should just talk about it, because I think that a lot of us have spaces like this that don't get shown. Even professional decorators and bloggers have these secret spaces that you're gonna get to and then you don't, and why is that? Okay, so let's take a look at my laundry room. Now this room, well, it's virtually untouched from when we bought the place 11 years ago. It was one of the best looking rooms at the time, so that gives you an idea of what this place used to look like. There are holes in the wall. The walls are not finished in some sections. The floor is the world's cheapest linoleum. It's torn up. The floors don't match where it meets the kitchen with the new wood floor. It's lower. I mean, we do have a nice washer and dryer, but they are kind of scratched on top at this point. The cabinets are free. I think they were on their way to the dump from somewhere else in the house, and I was like, I need some cabinets. And so we put them up. I have no love in my heart for them except for functionality. On the top shelf is my beekeeping supplies. Now, we did try to get the ceiling better. We put in some new lights. I remember that, and we did put up some beadboard, but we didn't even finish installing it. We had never filled the holes, we never added any trim. It needs to be painted, all that. I don't know what happened. It's just like when you're trying to remodel a house, you just run from one piece to the next, and it's like you feel like it's never ever going to get finished, and you keep getting distracted by things that feel more important, and we just forgot about the ceiling. All right, then we changed out the water heater to instant water heater. We rewired the whole house. We put in these new panels. This is where my bulk food is stored. I use it kind of as my pantry. We have a freezer in one corner, so it is very functional. And then if you go through this beautiful door, it leads into my bathroom, which I love, and you probably have seen if you've been around a while. But the laundry room itself, which is between the kitchen and the bathroom, is just it's not anything to see. So it's sat this way for 11 years. And I really have focused on everything else in the house. Not that I say I'm finished with everything, but this one has received no help. Now, here's my problem, is my ideas in this space are so much bigger and impossible in my mind that I just won't do anything. Okay, so if that's your decorating hang up, and let me just explain. We want to do an addition on our house and build out a sunroom and a butler pantry and an office and a guest room, and all of that is on the corner of the house where the laundry room is. So the laundry room will still be a laundry room, but we're gonna reconfigure it, and the food storage will go like in the butler pantry. And I just think that it could be so beautiful by the time we get it all done, but we're nowhere near to that. And we always pay cash when we do stuff on our house. So I mean, we just never could do this. It could just never happen. That's a real possibility. And so meanwhile, I'm stuck with this laundry room that is so far below what I would like it to be. And I keep saying, well, I don't want to do anything to it because it's going to be totally different once we do the addition. Well, it's been 11 years, you guys. I think that it's time to talk about some options. Okay, so now let's look at some inspiration pictures I have. So number one, I have this beautiful sink arrangement from Miss Mustard Seed. Oh, I love the green, love the green. I love all of her little containers that she has and the things that are hanging. And I actually have the shelving that she uses here. I actually have that shelf. It's from Hobby Lobby. My mother-in-law gave it to me. So I'm like, oh, That's super cute. I could do that. So I could style the sink cute like this. Then I love this picture from French Country Cottage, and it shows a butcher block counter on top of washer and dryer. Then here is a beautiful cabinet. This is such a sweet laundry room from Jenna Sue. You're gonna wanna see the blog post on this. But she just glued pieces of wood and made X's on her cabinets and painted them black into these totally cute little handles. She stenciled on the wall. It's not even wallpaper, it's a stencil. So I love that look. And then my fourth inspiration picture is from Dear Lillie. I just love how she stenciled the floor. Okay, let's talk about 5 things that you can do for a space that you don't want to touch, but like you do want to, okay? I know you want to do bigger things, but we also need to make it livable for the next decade. So I suggest throwing $200 at these spaces and just going after it with the cheapest type of makeover type items that you can use, okay? So let's go through 5 of these. Number 1, do your repairs. So I could have the holes patched in the sheetrock. We could finish the beadboard and close up the studs with sheetrock, okay? We have got scraps and stuff out in our shop. We could get that done. Number 2 would be to shop your house. Now that's free. So go around, look through your house. What do you have that you could use in this space? What do you have in your garage that you could use in this space? So I know that I have a big slab of butcher block counter, and just like the French Country Cottage inspiration picture and the Dear Lillie one, she had a board over her washer and dryer. And I have an old blog post that shows how to edge it with a router, 2 different steps to make the edge look really professional. We could do that for free. We could cut the edge of that and just set it on top of our washer and dryer. Number 3, you probably know what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say use paint. So I could paint the walls a beautiful light color. We could paint the ceiling white. I really wanna get my hands on stenciling the floor, and I would just go over this cheap linoleum and do kind of a Moroccan tile. I think I would do like a cream and a gray. Just knowing that I know I'm gonna replace this later, but for now, it's an improvement, and that's what we're going for, just like a $200 budget. Okay, and then that brings me to number 4, which is fabric. Fabric, it can be a really inexpensive option. I think what I would do is make a ticking curtain and hang it around my utility sink. The other thing I like is I like sinks that are the bottom underneath are painted black, and even though this is totally plastic, cheap plastic, I could paint it black and get that same look. So I would think about doing a curtain, it's very French looking, or paint it black. And then my 5th suggestion is to be out thrifting. So I might be able to find on Craigslist or something some old cabinets, wall cabinets that are cute I could put on the wall. Or I could do the Jenna Sue idea where I just glue some wood strips on and paint it all black and switch up the hardware. So there's still a lot of potential in this space. I don't have to drop a ton of money, but I could just make it a lot sweeter. So that is my suggestion for these just impossible spaces in your home that you feel like we're never gonna get to them and I'm just always gonna hate them. Throw $200 at them, clean them up, put some makeup on them, and enjoy your space anyway. Okay, that's my advice on that. These are the kinds of things that I talk about in my design group. I have a monthly coaching group for interior design, and I teach you guys everything I learned in design school. We do consultations. I do Zoom consultations with you guys. We have a Bible study that goes with this, and we also declutter our entire homes. I'm super excited because we are gonna open the doors September 23rd. I do this twice a year. So if this is something that you love and that you want to have more input and get more progress done on these spaces, click on my waitlist below, give me your email, and I will be sure to keep you posted on the progress of the school opening at the end of the month. All right, thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for watching this video. And if you're new here, please consider hitting that subscribe button, like, comment, all the things. And I will be sending you more professional design advice for the DIY home life. Stay tuned. I'll talk to you soon.